Let's talk about Coach Mike Budenholzer getting fired from the Milwaukee Bucks, and could he be a fit for the Detroit Pistons? Now, it looked like the Pistons got down to their last three candidates. Kevin Ollie got an interview. Jaron Collins got an interview. And Bucks assistant Charles Lee got an interview. So they fired Coach Budenholzer for early exit in the playoffs. Well, I felt like it wasn't like his fault at all. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Giannis got injured. Chris Middleton is just not what he once was. And I don't think Drew Holiday is good enough to be your second best player on a championship caliber roster. Even though you want to say, well, Miami shouldn't have been there. You know Miami caused Milwaukee problems. So I don't know what they thinking, but I think more of a creative control or a creative difference has to be made in the front office. And they got to find a way to get another top talented guy there. And whether that be trying to get Damian Lillard to come to Milwaukee, maybe trying to get maybe looking to Kyrie. I don't know who that could be, but they need that. Maybe if Golden State trying to deal Clay or Jordan Poole, maybe looking into something like that, which they did have Jordan Poole already, I believe. Maybe you look into something like that. But they need to bring somebody else there, and I think Middleton might, coming off the injury, you just never really know. His best days might be behind him, And if it come down to Dylan Middleton and Drew Holiday and trying to rebuild around Giannis, the thing about it is, when it comes to that, I think you got to make sure it's the right fit, because you fuck that up and then Giannis gone. And then you're going to have to accommodate Giannis Antetokounmpo. So I think a rebuild got to be in play for Milwaukee, even if it's small. They traded a lot of assets, and, they had the best record in the East. But just literally injuries came into play. Middleton was a shell of itself. And, Giannis wasn't 100%. So, my humble opinion, I believe that the proper move is probably trying to retool around Giannis. So, I would want to keep Drew Holiday, though. I think he fit well with Giannis. I just want to put some more pieces around him. So, but, as far as Budenholzer, he'd be good from a defensive standpoint of view. I think some offensive creativity lacks there. And I think that's maybe the real problem. Remember, he was in Atlanta when that all happened. So, obviously, he a championship winning coach. I believe, they cut the cord on him too fast. And that's why, if you a coach and you want stability and you want, a long-term tenure, you know what I'm saying? You really want to get into, come on, lady, get the hell out the way. Ooh. Damn, these women just get in the way, bro. You really want to get into college coaching. That's what you want to get into, college coaching. Because you're going to have more stability. You're going to have a long year tenure, more likely in college. So, but yeah, something that you definitely want to look into. Obviously, you don't know how far along in the process they are. Obviously, a great bargaining chip or a chip to attract a bigger name coach. We'll be waiting to see what happens in the lottery. If you get the number one pick, you pretty much got the pick of the litter. You know what I'm saying? That's what you pretty much got. You got the pick of the litter. So if you do get the number one overall pick, I believe it's like, you can get a better name coach. But I just think they looking for a young coach that can grow with a young team, and that's one way to think about it. But I think you need a proven. I think you need somebody who proven, bro. That's what I exactly think you need. You need somebody that's proven, that's gonna come in here, who's done the job before, who can get the job done. I think that's the kind of that's the way they need to be looking at it. A known commodity. Somebody that's done it before, not just getting a young coach because they cheap and they're young and they can grow with a young core. You really looking to kind of be contenders, in a small period of time. You ain't trying to wait through the process. The fans ain't want to wait another 2 or 3 or 4 years going through a process. I know you want to make sure you get it right and you don't want to speed it up, but you know, a rookie coach, you know, who ain't never been a head coach before, that's a lot on his plate. And the locker room seems like it's made up of good guys who want to win. But, you know, if a head coach figuring the bad side to a young coach, if a head coach trying to figure out how to be a head coach, and how the fuck how do you gonna expect them to win right away? So really, you gotta grant him 2-3 years before he start even, you know, kind of find his way, because it's more than they go into X's and O's. You managing personalities, you know what I'm saying? You learn to be a leader, you know? You setting schedules, you learning if to walk through too long or the practice schedule. Then you dealing with the bullshit between camaraderie and chemistry, and you know what I'm saying? You dealing with people crying about not playing. Then Troy Weaver asks you a question, and you meet with the owner to check in. You know, you got to get used to all of that. All of that. So, you know, my opinion, dude, they might want to go with somebody who got some experience on this level. And that will give Budenholzer the edge. Obviously, you got Nick Nurse. Obviously, they didn't want to go the Ime Udoka route. You know, the Pistons getting sued over that whole situation with the assistant GM. That's why they couldn't double down on that, or couldn't come back with Ime Udoka. So, I mean, you know. But, you know, Coach Budenholzer, I mean, one thing you're going to get defensively is a great stout defensive team. But then again, people can look at it and say, well, he had Giannis. How much work did he have to do with Giannis Antetokounmpo? Without Giannis, he would have been fired years ago. And I guess that would be a fair question. But, you know, defensively, you know, that's one of the places that Detroit going to have to, you know, hang their hat on. Because when the shots ain't falling, you know, defensive effort, closeouts and all that shit, rotations and communication don't fail. So that's one thing that they gonna, you know, that he marks a box. He experienced. He won a championship. I mean, went to Eastern Conference Championship with Atlanta. So he's been successful in multiple places. And one thing you know you're gonna get with him is experience and defense. Offensively, you know, you want to know what his plan gonna be offensively. And maybe he want to just take a trip. Maybe he just want to take a gap year. But obviously, he want to get back in Milwaukee. He knows special insight about the leaders of our division. And, you know, I mean, shit, you know, I like Jaren Collins a lot. But I just think, you know, if you're really trying to put this shit together and put a winner on the floor, I think Budenholzer give you a bigger opportunity to do it sooner. Now, do he give you a greater opportunity than those guys? You just never know. You literally just never know. You just never know. So you don't know how great Jaren Collins or Kyle McCauley or Charles Lee potential could be on this level, but offensively it's something that's to be desired with Mike Budenholzer. I mean, you can get him an offensive coordinator behind him or something like that. But yeah, man, I think he might be the best candidate. I don't care about that young coach come with a young team. Too much inexperience all the way around, from on the court, in the front office, and the ownership. Who got the fucking experience? Tom Gores ain't experienced. Troy Weaver ain't experienced. Then you come in with another coach that ain't experienced. So chew on that for a minute. But hey, check out Detroit Pistons Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications. Increase your chance to get notifications. We go live or drop a video. Check out Detroit Pistons Talk playlist for more videos like this. Hit the link tree. Find me on Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. Just Spotify and Anchor, excuse me. Appreciate the love and support. Peace.